Hey everyone, welcome back to Adventures in the Forgotten Realms drafts. So, after my poor draft yesterday, I decided to look into what I was doing right in my first drafts and what I'm doing wrong in these ones. And the basic answer is, I thought the format was much more dirtily than it actually is. Back of holding is good once you're winning. Once you're winning, back of holding helps you actually close it out. It doesn't help you get there. The fact that you play on turn 1 is just a weird thing. Basically, all the games where I was winning and doing awesome, it's because I brought it to a board stall, and then I had some way of winning the board stall. Back of holding doesn't help you if you can't get it to a board stall. And thus, that's why I've been failing recently. I've been playing just assuming it's going dirtle. Assuming a 1-3 is good enough. No. We need to actually force the board stall. We need to actually tempo out and create board stall before we could go to dirtle late game. And if we're going to force a board stall, we might just want to go aggro anyways. I think red basic aggro decks are the strongest. Yeah. So here's the thing. Whatever deck is the strongest doesn't really matter if you can't draft the deck. You have to be able to draft the deck to use those sort of decks. So yes, if you get, I think someone, it might have been UA Slaw, who got like 4 Price of Treachery or whatever, plus 4 sack outlets. You still need the sack out. You're not going to get those cards every time. By the way, this entire pack is absolutely amazing. These blue cards are really good. Dancing Sword is amazing. Yeah, 4 Sepulture Gals, which are these guys, and 6 Price of Loyalties, which steals their creature. So Dancing Sword's great. Warlock class is great. These Contact Other Planes pretty nice. This is pretty nice. Like, I think there's a lot of really good cards here. The entire uncommon set here is fantastic. Dancing Sword, I think, is the rare, and it is an amazing rare. Like, it's equipment, it's a 2-1 flyer, it's a lot of good things. So I'm gonna go with Dancing Sword, but like, I'd be very happy going Warlock class. This cost me a game once because I wasn't paying attention. Hulking Bugbear seems like a good card in this format. Just 3 mana 3/3 is actually rare. You usually have to wait till 4 mana to get 3/3s out. And then it also has haste, so it just really applies pressure. Aberrant Mind Sorcerer, I've been higher up on the more I've, like, interacted with it. Dungeon Descent, on the other hand, is garbage. There's a reason they did not pick that. Alright, Dungeon Map is one of those cards that once I get the game held down, it's good. So I'm going to hover over it, but I'm not going to pick it just yet. Dwarffold Champion with an equipment? Hey, that's something. I might actually pick that. Otherwise, Yuan-Tin Fameblade is good. Precipitous Drop is good. Yeah, I think this is too early for a Dungeon Map. I think I want to go either Fameblade or Precipitous Drop. I think Precipitous Drop is just the safer of the two. These cards are both good. I do like... I'm just going to say I like blue more than I should. Oh my gosh, Spoils of the Hunt. We have the green removal as well. Wow. There's quite a few options, everyone. There are quite a few options. So if I get rotated back... If I get this rotated back, I'm more likely to get a playable card in black than in green, because there's only 1 green card. There's only a few blue cards. I think, yes, Precipitous Drop is better than Dungeon Map, because I need to get pressure first. Alright. Soul Knife Spy, I've gotten to respect a lot more, because it allows you to play combat tricks. Like, blue-white combat tricks, blue-black combat tricks, anything with combat tricks, Soul Knife Spy allows you to just, like, get major advantages on. Alright, so it should be noted. The rare and a common was taken. Someone chose a common over these uncommons. Centric Apprentice is pretty good. It is a venture, and it is, like, once you complete a dungeon, this just makes their big threat not a threat when you're attacking into it. So I think that shows that blue is open. This shows that blue is open. I think it does. Alright. Faraday. So if you get the roll dice deck, this will win you the game. I've learned that these double color uncommons will win you games, but then you also have to, you know, draft the deck that allows them to play. I think we're not there. I think so far we're actually Ventures, so I think this Displacer Beast, just the 3-mana 3/2 that Ventures is good. Like, we don't even care about its displacement ability. And we already have 3 cards that venture. So... And, like, if we get a treasure token off of venturing, we could even play stuff like Dancing Swords. Like, yeah, I think that's the play. Worth knowing Direwolf Prowler is still around. Another Dwarffold Champion. Guardian of Faith. Ooh. Alright. So I think these three colors are pretty good. Faraday's Fireball, though. Faraday's Fireball. We could go more Ventures. Guardian of Faith, just a 3-mana 3/2 is pretty nice. And then the fact that acts as like more of a a protective combat trick. More of a... It's a combat trick canceller is what this card is. So it's either Guardian of Faith. I might just want to do a more consistent Faraday's Fireball. Just kill something for 5 mana, instant speed. Otherwise, Shortcut Seeker allows me to venture. Zombie Ogre also allows me to venture. And it's just going to auto-select that. I'm okay with that, because I have not picked my colors yet. Alright. Okay. So, again, I usually don't like double uncommons, because they're hard to get in your deck. But it looks like we're already blue-white, and we're already venturing blue-white. So I think I'm going to try to put Hama in my deck. I think I'm going to put Hama in my deck. I think I'm good to be the blue-white deck and like try to push it a little further. Whew. And now we get all the red cards. Alright, so all our cards have been 3-drops. Every last one except for Dancing Sword has been a 3-drop. So So, Mini of the Mind's not good. This one's better than people seem to think it is, and this one's better than people seem to think it is. But I think I'm going Dwarfwold Champion because it goes for our colors, and we're more confident that will be these colors. Yeah, Champion, exactly, and Champion is still fine. We already have an equipment for it. Arcane Investigator, Shambling Ghast. Alright. So, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I go Shambling Ghast because it creates a treasure token. It is a way to stall the board for a bit. And, like, yeah, we might be trying to go 3-color. Otherwise, it's Arcane Investigator just to get confident on the 2-drops. If it wants Valacina, I'm going to Investigator. I just want confident 2-drops then. Secret Door helps us venture, and it's a easy hold off the stall, which this is what I needed. I need the, oh yeah, the 4/5 ward, the Frost Giant, is totally, that won me games, because it's just big enough, and it's hard to kill. So Clarion Skeleton is pretty nice, but Secret Door, we need the early game taken. So this just helps us hold off in the early game. And then I think we have, like, with these cards, we're already getting our late game, kind of. Alright, Manticore, Contact Other Plane, or Feign Death. I think I go with Contact Other Plane. It's just value, it allows us to hold up stuff. We don't know if we're black, because we only have 1 black card, and yes, it is a good black card, but Manticore underperformed when I played with it, because you still have to sacrifice a card in the process. Alright, Power of Persuasion. So this is kind of a kill spell, but you need a lot of roll dice synergy for that to work. Soul Knife Spy, I've gotten a lot more respect for. If we put our +1/+1 counter on it from venturing onto it, it becomes hard to block. A Dancing Sword on it, that sort of stuff. And we get our Dwarfwold Champion. I like that. That gets us our 2-drops. We're going to be very hard to attack into. And this leather armor with 2 Dwarfwold Champions might be good enough. Black Staff of Waterdeep. Okay. So these Secret Doors. So the Secret Doors make the Black Staff possibly playable, but we got a White Dragon. Why worry about possibly playable when we have a dragon? Charm Sleep's pretty good, but we have a dragon. Alright. Fly. Just in case we need more venturing. So, Fly is good when you have cards like Soul Knife Spy, who when they hit in, gain an advantage. But otherwise, it just puts all your eggs in a basket. Having Guardian of Faith to protect it, though, is very nice. Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3 2-drops, and 2 Secret Doors as 1-drops. So I think we're actually pretty good at early game. So I think we can go for Fly and go for a card advantage, or we could go for Cult Elemental for our late game, kind of closing them out. Then again, our late game is already kind of Secret Door. Yeah, I'm going to go with Fly on the condition that I can't play it all the time, but when I play it, it's strong. This Dwarfwold Champion is probably going to rotate, which gives us another 2-drop. Contact Other Plane could also rotate, like... Okay, Wizard class we saw can be broken if we dirtle the board, and this is a deck that can dirtle the board. Charm Sleep is a removal, I cannot deny that, but Wizard class is actually a win condition. Messed it up last time, but yeah, look at this. We have 4 1-drops. Okay, we have 3 1-drops that are win conditions in themselves while being just... 1, you just play for 1 and it's okay. 2, it's actually stopping the board. Another 2, like... Wait, is this... It has to be equipped. Okay. So now here's the question. Do I grab Ranger Hawk as another venture effect? Or do I grab Dawnbringer Cleric? Yeah, I think my colors side is open enough. I'm gonna grab Dawnbringer Cleric first, I think. Just like the ability to destroy champions is pretty good. A 1/3 is pretty nice at times. Like, it just does what it needs to do. It doesn't do much, but it does enough. And we actually have a lot of 1-drops, so having a 2-drop to work with them. Yeah. Monk of the Open Hand. So we have a bunch of 1-mana plays here. And of these 1-mana plays, I'd rather take Ambush on the Road, because it is a combat trick that's hard to play around. And it also can return creatures to their hand. This is okay if I have something really big to protect, but Fly isn't always what I want. I'd just rather take Ambush on the Road. Monk of the Open Hand sounds cool. You think Guard's Approach is better than the white one? I'm going to stick with the white one for now, because I've seen this work well. But I'll keep that in mind. We are mostly holding onto the board than tapping them down. Ginny Windseeker. Oh my gosh. Getting pick 6 Ginny Windseeker makes me very happy. Great endgame for this deck. Yeah, this is looking like my deck that went 6 wins, and that makes me very happy. Well, the other one... Well, it's not just self-bounce. It's +1/+3. If they do a spell that kills my creature through the Hexproof, and it's like, Hexproof protects it, well, I could also just make it bigger. And yeah, Ginny Windseeker, you can't not pick Ginny Windseekers, okay? They are just big flying body threats. Alright. So do I Bag of Holding, or do I Frost Giant? Does this deck actually... Can this deck actually make Bag of Holding work? Because I love my Bag of Holdings, and they've always come to me. I'm sorry, I love Bag of Holding. I'm sorry, I love Bag of Holding. This might be a mistake. This very well could be a mistake. This is my old pack. Come to a River is Bounce. Dungeon Map is Constant Venture, but I think we have enough Constant Venture. You're a big Guard's Approach fan? Fair enough. We have 5 artifacts so far, but 2 of them are already creatures. I'm going to go with You Come to a River. Just a little safer. It can sometimes work with Eccentric Apprentice and stuff. Alright, Contact Other Plane or another Dwarfold. I'm going to just make sure my early game is completely taken care of. Of these options, a 2nd Leather Armor is of the better options. And 3rd Leather Armor is unreasonable. As a matter of fact, I might just throw this in here. Alright, we'll try a UC Garb approach. We'll have 1. Alright, unfortunately we'd have to splash 2 colors for this, but this is a game-winning card. If there's no other picks, I would pick this, honestly. I have no ways to generate treasures, though. Rally Maneuver is like a blowout spell pretty well. Air Cult Elemental does give me a late game. We have more than enough 1-drops, so I don't really need Secret Door or Silver Raven. I think I'm going to go Rally Maneuver, just focus on those combat tricks. First Strike is so powerful, it makes it hard to block the Soul Knife Spy. Alright, Owlbear being passed around is a little tough, but we'll be fine. Planar Ally for the top end, or another Ginny Windseer. With 2 Ginny Windseers already, and no 5-drops, I think we could take the Planar Ally. Alright. Yeah, my deck, I have too many playables. I definitely throw one of the Ambush on the Roads out. I think we actually can get rid of the Fly, because it is risky, and we just have good cards. Heck, I think we might be able to pull out a secret door. Like, yeah, our curve is absolutely good for tempo. And then late game, we have all the adventure. Charmed Sleep. Yeah. It's a removal. You can't not pick removal. Also worth knowing, Soul Knife Spy and Dwarful Champion both help with our organization. Find a Cursed Idol could have helped us splash in Meeks if we wanted to do that. But I think we're fine. Yeah, green would have gotten some good stuff. Alright. I don't think there's enough dice rolling for Feywild Trickster. This is a counter spell, and it helps us venture. Are we going to have our mana open, though? Bag of Holding has it open. Combat Tricks keep it open. Come to a river, Rally Maneuver. Yeah, I'll bar the gate. It does venture. Well, actually, Delver's Torch ventures as well, and we already have 3 Dwarfold Champions. I'm going to grab the Delver's Torch first. We don't have as much flash plays. Alright. And we are a huge venture deck. A big adventure fan. Alright. Second Wizard class, second Displacer Beast. I think we grab the Wizard class and just... That's like... We are Ventures and Wizards. We have enough 3-mana creatures, I think. Yep. We could take out the Soul Knife Spy for the Displacer Beast. But I think the Wizard class just... 2 Wizard classes. Just guarantee that that's actually a win condition. Oh my gosh, and there's removal as well. I think I'm okay with that removal. I think I'm okay with the auto picker taking removal. Planar Ally, again, once we get it out, it wins the game. So we have 3 win games at the top end, plus a win game here. Dawnbringer Cleric's only pick. I think we just throw that in the sideboard. Gosh, when you have too many good cards, man. Spare Dagger. I see 0% chance of me playing any of these cards here, so I'm just going to pick the one with a higher rarity. Alright. There's a off chance I play an Air Cult Elemental as a top ender. Pixie Guide is a flying 2-drop. Yeah, that might be better than some of the other cards. Soul Knife Spy, probably not going to see play, though. Yep. Looks like we have our deck, and we actually have to pull out some cards. Oof. Yeah, I think the Minibus Catatus was the correct pick. We have enough win conditions. We have enough win conditions. All the leather armors. I have one in the sideboard, don't I? Doesn't matter. Let's get more in the sideboard. All the leather armors. If we find we're always going leather armor to Dwarfold Champion, maybe that's good enough. Okay. So we need to get rid of 5 cards here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 2-drops, 5, 6... So we have 6 early game drops. I think we just get rid of the leather armor first off. I think 2 combat tricks for there are good. The Soul Knife Spy I think is overkill. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we have 4 3-drops. The 2 Windseers, the 2 Planar Allies, and the White Dragon. We definitely want our 17 lands. I think we take out... Yeah, I think we have few enough equipment that we take out a Dwarfle Champion, the Delver's Torch. Yeah, I think we're okay with Dancing Sword being our only equipment. Let's see. If we put in the Delver's Torch, what do we take out? Do we take out the Guardian of Faith because it's too expensive? The Investigator? I mean, it's a 2-mana 2-1. Let's see. So if I took that out, put Delver's Torch in, then I'd have 2 equipment for 2 Dwarfle Champions. I could just remove that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 2-drops. Here's a question. We have Minimus Containment to destroy enchantments. Do I just replace the Doppler Cleric for a 3rd Dwarfle champion and then try to find a way to fit in a Delver's Torch? Because that's actually a possibility. If I do, I think it would be at the cost of a secret door, which I think, yeah, I think I could do that. I think this is good. So we have a little early game. We then have Dwarfle champions that get equipment. And like both of these equipment are good on a Pixie Guide as well, because the Pixie Guide can actually fly over with the Delver's Torch. Never played Ambush in general, to be honest. I've had it. It's a combat trick that will take people out. It will work. It's just a question of, do I want that to be... So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is more than enough late game win condition stuff. We might not have mana sinks, but who cares? We have planar allies with Delver's Torches and a Hama. Like, yeah. So, is there space for the Air Colts? Yeah, I think this is the deck. It's kind of equip and destroy. Equipped for the venture. I think Hama is the big picture here. Whew. So we have Hopeful 1. I will state that we have far less 1-drops we could play on turn 1. If I replace the You Ambush on a road with another secret door... If I replace it for the leather armor, it really wouldn't be worth it, because leather armor we already have equipment, and we don't want more equipment. 3 leather armors, it's kind of funny. Alright. And yeah, I might not have card draw, but I have Wizard class, which is... Okay, so Wizard class is my card draw. And then I have a bunch of adventures, and adventures usually end with card draw as their victory points, so I don't really need too much more card draw. Yeah, I think equip for adventure. I think this is the deck. Sometimes I could go Dwarfle Champion to do Dancing Sword, attack with a 5/4, which feels amazing. Yeah, having these good equipment with a bunch of flyers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flyers. Yeah, I'm happy. 7. Forgot about Eccentric Apprentice. Alright, so we have a above their head win condition. So I do actually like the ambush because it allows me to be on the ground, block, and combat trick them. Yeah, I'm going to try 1 your ambush, 1 you see a guard approach. I like this deck. I want to see how those two fare. Because I will state, figuring out where everything fares is a good way of, like... Because where I have been failing with my drafts, I have been learning, oh, this card is bad, this card is good, this card does not work in this situation, this one does. And, yeah. Like, for example, I'm not playing a Bag of Holding right now. Don't think there's much blocking going on in this set. Is that what I'm doing wrong? I'm blocking? I feel like... Look, it's not Strixhaven. Attacking and blocking occurs. If they play a Soul Knife Spy, I'm going to stop it. If they play a Horde Robber, I'm going to stop it. If there's not blocking, they're still attacking. And... Yeah, I'm still standing by my case. I have used it as a successful 1-mana combat trick. The Hexproof only works if the opponent is trying to take you out. Now that's wrong, just a lot of people don't block in general. Alright, opponent goes first. So we do have Dancing Sword on turn 2, but that's not really a 2-drop. Your opponent's taking 1 mulligan. I'm going to mulligan as well. Alright, there we are. So we actually have Wizard class into Dwarfle Champion into Dancing Sword equip. Oh my gosh. I got an amazing hand off of that. I hope theirs is as amazing. Alright. So then I get to play Dwarfle Champion and attack with a 5/4 while having Wizard class sitting back. You gonna kill it? Yeah, if they kill it, I think I'm just gonna upgrade Wizard class. Yep. Alright. So I can't equip Dancing Sword, so there's no reason there's not much reason in playing Wizard class. So they have a 1-mana card. Some sort. I think I play Dwarful Champion instead now. Because, yeah, once I develop Dancing Sword with a Dwarful Champion, I am applying a ton of pressure. And I have card draw sitting right here for where I need it. Oh, Flame School. Alright. Aggression versus aggression. Sounds good. But here's the thing. Flame School can't block is a huge detriment. They cannot stop my Dwarful Champion and get the rejuvenation trigger. They have to keep attacking, and I have to block to give them the trigger. And I do think the Dancing Sword is stronger than the Charmed Sleep right now. There we go. I told you no one blocks! Well, just this card cannot block actively. Alright, so they Charmed Sleeped my Dwarful Champion. Alright. So now I could Charmed Sleep their Flame School. And... or I could draw cards. Whatever seems more important. Alright. So let's see. If I Charmed Sleep that... so I can Ambush on the Road, Dwarful Champion. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to Charmed Sleep this, and then Ambush on the Road to balance the Dwarful Champion at the end of my turn. And here, even later on, it is better as that. So... yep, so now they have to pay 4 mana to re-equip the Dueling Rapier. Alright. Yep, so they have to spend all their mana to just make that Raven a threat. So now that falls off. Alright, we start by drawing cards. And then we make ourselves a 5/4 again. Next turn I can Windseer. I can attack Windseer to get a block for the Silver Raven and re-equip the Dancing Sword to the Windseer as a way to make it hard to kill. Alright. Drawing all these lands is kind of concerning. Yep. Thought a Sign of Stygian might be coming up, so I thought doing that now would be good. Now I cast this Windseer. I also only get one. I think that's good enough. It's a 2/2. It's a flyer. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I get a level up Wizard class and play that next turn. I like that. And if they block with the Sign, if they equip the Dueling Rapier to the Sign of Stygia and attack, I am blocking with the Windseer and churning the Dancing Sword into a flying creature. Because they have few cards in hand, I have enough threats. Yeah, I'm going to attack with a Windseeker. See how they respond. Oh! Good thing I did that now. Alright, well that's tapped, and it's just going to be untapped next turn. So I'm just going to play this. Scry 1. Delver's Torch is not necessary, I don't think. I could equip it to the Dwarful Champion. It is kind of a sink in that way. And then I attack, venture, and get a 1/1 Goblin. Alright, I like that. And yes, I am okay trading the Eccentric Apprentice for their Silver Raven with a Rapier. I'm okay trading my Dwarfle Champion for the Scion of Stygia with a Rapier. If they're just not really... If they're trading 1 for 1, I am happy. Because I am getting the advantage slowly but surely. It's slow. I'm not going to deny that. This is slow. But if they kill my Windseeker, then I get a 2-1 warded flyer, which could then get the Ventures on. You know, we have options. Yep. I'm happy with this block. Because now they have to re-equip it onto the 2-1. That does mean my Windseeker cannot attack right now. What spell are they getting back? Just improvised weaponry. Alright, so my Windseeker cannot attack currently. That was unfortunate. That was a bad decision on my part. Yeah, whichever one they attack with the dueling rapier. Let's see. Actually, if I attack, I could go Goblin. Goblin blocks one of them, which keeps any target. Okay, so if they put it there, I'd have to block here. Actually, no, hold up. They could put it on any target. They put it on the Goblin. Alright. I have to leave it on... I have to leave it here. My idea was I could attack, make a Goblin to block, next turn attack, put a +1/+1 counter on Windseeker, and win. But the math did not add up. If they have even a land, they would wreck me. The fact that I just took so much damage at the early game is, yeah, Wizard class. I need to put the Bag of Holding back in my deck if I'm going to use Wizard class. I feel like Bag of Holding is actually better than Wizard class. Because it's more instant speed sinks, and it is still, like, mana value. Alright. I see what they're doing. That sucks for me, because that means if I don't draw an answer, which I didn't, I die next turn. So I didn't draw an answer. Well done. I'm still playing because I could threaten a counterspell, but unfortunate. Just took too much damage in the early game. So Wizard class. So where Wizard class has won, it was not the only card draw. I think that's my issue. That's why I'm doing wrong. I'm going to pull out the Wizard class and put back in the Bag of Holding. I think the Bag of Holding would actually do better here. And the encounter some enemies, the +1/+3 was perfectly fine there. That being said, the tap down might have been okay as well. Alright. So, I get to venture. I have no 2-drops. If my opponent is aggressive, I will die. But if they're not aggressive, I have some good plays. I have to bowl again, I feel. This slows them down, this slows them down, this does not. And Ginny Windseer is my top end for this, so I'm keeping that. Alright. Obviously, unoptimal to the nth degree, but it's where I am. Warlock class. It's a good card for them. We have a Windseeker. I could have returned them the Warlock class to their hand, but I don't think that would be very important. This is also not very important to return to their hand. So I'm just going to let those sit. My slow start has definitely punished me. Skullport Merchant does give them a lot of card advantage if they want it. So I guess I'm now the aggressor, which is very bad because my first play was on turn 4. So I think I am playing You Come to a River no matter what this turn. This is a question on what I'm going to play it on. I might just play it on the Warlock class, even though it gives them a card draw. They already have card draws, so... Unless they play a card right here. Yep, this is perfect. This is why I'm returning to their hand. Awesome. Play the Windseer. I have all the lands I need for the rest of the game, basically. So thank you for throwing that behind for me. Quick question. Sacrifice another creature. Okay, I can contain the merchant. But I'll do that on a future turn. I could also enchant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could also enchant the Warlock class, seeing that's about to do its job. Alright. Oh, they're going to sacrifice the Windseeker afterwards. That makes sense. Okay. Well, it's a good thing I have a second Windseeker. And return to the hand with still Scry. See a guard approach is going to be nice. Now I actually have some answers to that. Do not want land. So yeah, if they do that again, I have this to tap it down. Or I have this to hexproof my guy. But yeah, when they get combos off like that, it's just a bad moment for you. That's all it is. Alright. There, you see the guard approach was good. There we are. Alright, so they seem to be stuck on lands, so they're not going to be upgrading the Warlock class anytime soon. Alright. So I'm going to Minimus Contain that and Charm Sleep this. So now they can't sacrifice their creatures, and now they can't venture. Alright, so I am out of cards. I cannot deny that. But... I have to keep moving forward. Sepulture Gal can turn into 4/3. Warlock class is about to evolve, which is definitely a threat. Suddenly, Wizard class would be good, but I took that out of my deck. Oh, thank you. That could block the Sepulture Gal. And if they're just attacking with a Goblin, I think we let it happen. We threaten faster than they do. If they want to spend 7 mana pumping their Warlock class, that is 7 mana spent elsewhere. I'm okay blocking the Sepulture Gal. Just making sure it can't get bigger. Making sure Warlock class trigger is light. But yeah, having 4 cards just left over, very scary for me. But yeah, that's what the Deadly Dispute plus Price of Loyalty triggers does. But I have 3 other win conditions in my deck, plus Bag of Holding to start, like, putting cards in it. They now have enough treasures to trigger Warlock class, which is scary for me. What's happening? What am I doing wrong? Why do I end up in this situation so often? I feel like this is kind of me getting unlucky, but like, I end up in this situation so often, I feel. What am I doing wrong? I can't just assume this is like fortune every time. Because it just happens way too often to just be fortune. There were 2 Price of Loyalties. I will state this guy had double Price of Loyalty with Skullport Merchant. But, like, I can't just chalk this up to variance, you know? I have to accept there's problems. To know if more than 50% of your cards are lands, you don't have much chance generally. Yep. I do want to pay attention. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7 of my cards were land, and they had double removal. This is why you like, you see a guard approach, because there's so much removal. Yeah, it's blocking the same damage, and this prevents them from getting a treasure token. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, they trigger Warlock class, and they attack in, and I have no way to stop it. Just not sure if they realize that. Yep. Do I just need more ways to get card draw? Because, like, something's going horribly wrong. Something is going disastrously wrong. Pretty common for me as well. Yeah, 8 plays, 8 lands. Yeah, if they're smart enough to trigger Warlock class, they just win right now, even if they don't. It's just so weird. We're at 1-2, aren't we? Yep. No, we're at 0-2? I thought I won one of those games. I thought I've won a game with this class. Oh my gosh. What is happening? Alright, I'm going to put it in contact other plane because it's card draw. I'm just going to put out the bag of holding. What is happening? You know what? No, I'm going to take out a land and put in the bag of holding again. Or you know what? Or wizard class. Honestly, just level 2 of wizard class, it's 4 mana, draw 2 cards. Maybe just play 2 walls. So I think not having card draw was definitely an issue I ran into. I think not having card draw was definitely an issue. Having another 0 for wall would be a problem. Having more card draw is not. Yeah, I'm just going to do that, and we're going to see how this fares. God, why is... Like, there has to be something I can do. There has to be something I'm doing wrong. I can't just accept that I'm going 0-2 all this time, so often, and there's nothing I'm doing wrong. Alright, 1 drop, 2 drop, ambush on the wall as a combat trick, card draw if I don't need it. Alright. So I could either second Dwarf Hold and hold up a UR Ambush on the road, or I can hold up a UC Guard Approach and sign up Stygia. Alright. Okay, so I can play Dwarf Hold Champion, and if they attack, I can block and use my combat trick. Next turn, I could pay my 3 mana to draw 2 cards, hopefully drawing an island, so I can hold up UC a Guard Approach as well. Alright. Scare them into not attacking. I'm gonna swing in. See how they fare. Dragon Turtle. Let's see. I could hexproof that. Attack. Nah. I think, developing more threats is better. Honestly, card draw might just be better. I'm going to develop threats while I can. I'm willing to trade this 3-1 for the 2. Oh my god! I had no idea! Oh my god! Oh my... I didn't know if I counter the... Oh my god! Focus! Ow! Sorry, Mally. Sorry. My dog just came up to comfort me, and I punched it in the face. Alright. You okay, girl? I've never seen you this distressed. I'm rarely this distressed. Well, this scares them into a combat trick. They have to know there's a combat trick here. Alright. Rally maneuver. Kill that. Gain 3 life. Okay, we're coming back. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Alright. I think it's time to draw some cards. Get myself a land. There we are. Let's do the combat trick. No combat trick? Alright, so that's them showing that they're putting all the damage in Guardian of Faith, which is really good. Alright. So they're returning that to my hand, and I can just make this big so it doesn't die. It doesn't kill the Shortcut Seeker anymore, but I keep my Guardian of Faith around. Jeez. Okay, I can Dancing Sword, equip, and I could equip, attack with a 5/3, and then play Secret Door. They're holding up something. If this gets countered, it sucks, but then I can at least Dwarful Champion afterwards. Alright. So this is a 5/3 Vigilance. Alright. When they kill the Guardian of Faith, I get a 2/1 flyer with Ward. Alright, so they have to Charm Sleep my Guardian of Faith. While I'm blocking the 2/5. Alright, we actually got an island. So here's the question. Do I Eccentric Apprentice, Dwarfold? Do I Dwarfold, equip? Do I Dwarfold, equip, hold up, see a guard? I think Dwarfold equip is actually so strong, it creates a 5/4. Yeah, I think this is just too much power. And then I'll hold... Do I play a second Dwarfold? I'm not going to be using it, so I think I actually hold up, you see a guard approach. Alright. Alright, I'm going to attack with a Dwarfold. They have to double block, and then I just play the other Dwarfold champion. And I could Containment something, I could Eccentric Apprentice. I have options still. Yeah, if they don't kill the Dwarfold champion, I will probably Planar Ally. Yeah, I'll probably make the Dancing Sword into a creature, place Dwarfold champion anyways, and Eccentric Apprentice right behind it. Oof. But yeah. Double blocks. I'm gonna make that a flyer. Make another flyer. Get myself some scries. I already have a Planar Ally. I don't need another. I'm gonna Dwarfold champion. Alright. Now I have 4 flying damage. That's a threat. That could be a general win condition. They're split among bodies. There's no board clear unless they want to go Tomb of Annihilation. Alright, so they Charm Sleep that. And that's the theme. My threats are all spread out. Alright. Do I just upgrade Wizard class, or do I Planar Ally now? I think I Planar Ally. They've shown that they don't have board clears, and they need to deal with the flying pressure right now. This threatens in 2 turns, or the other threatens in much more. Alright. Thank you. Now I can White Dragon. Tap down the Air Cold Elemental so it can't block. And I had to fight for this one. I can't believe I made such a horrible mistake and had to fight for this one. Alright, so they're drawing cards. They're looking for a win condition. But at 6 mana, they're kind of stoppered themselves. Alright. Do I play Planar Yeah. So by playing Planar Ally, I basically force them to have 3 flying blockers next turn, which they can't possibly do. Alright. Okay. Okay. Well, there's one of them. Ward is discard a card? I can accept that. Wait, hold up, hold up. I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can Minimus Containus this guy. If that happens to be a counterspell, I upgrade Wizard class and end the turn. Alright, it's not. Oh, didn't mean to attack with the Dwarful Champion, but it's okay. They didn't have Minimus Contain. They didn't have a bounce spell. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that was so stressful for me. For 1 win. This deck isn't bad. This deck cannot be bad. I just cannot believe this deck is bad. Okay? I can't believe this is a 1... I can't believe the last one was a 1-3 deck. This one even less. Alright, we have Secret Door. We have a Combat Trick. We have a nice person. We might not have a 2-drop, but we have a 3-drop. Oh, we have a 2-drop. Maybe it's the player, not the deck, Kappa. I will say last game was a mistake, but my plays... Like, keep in mind, I am on average winning a lot of... Like, in Strixhaven, my lowest wins in draft was 5 wins. So, like, I know I am good. It's just... For some reason, not as good as I used to be. We're facing a 3-color deck, everyone. Yeah, we're going Lost Mine because we're not aggressive and we need to actually finish the dungeon eventually. We'll draw more lands, I know my odds. 'Twas a joke. Okay. Just like, I have doubts now, right, because of all of this, all these issues I've been having. So. And my opponent is doing not much. Being very reactive instead of proactive. And this is why you attack first. Because cards like Sign of Stygia force them to tap down the 2-2. And then I play the 3-3, which the Sign of Stygia can't even attack against. Alright. Now that we have a White Dragon, I'll take that land and not the Dwarful Champion. So now I could Charm Sleep something, equip the Dancing Sword, start swinging in with Deadly Force. Have a Secret Door to help me get to my cards later. If they kill my Windseeker, I just venture with Secret Door. There's no flashing flyers that are big enough to kill this. By the way, I'm starting to see why Hexproof is so strong, specifically in a format where it's less about blocking and more about combat tricks. And if the combat trick is not a buff, yeah, it makes sense. As seen here. Great. Congratulations. Do you have a counterspell for this? Because if not, that was you spending resources to just prevent some damage. Alright, I actually like Gain Displacer Beast with a Charm Sleep behind it. But first we're going to White Dragon. Well done. They took the Displacer Beast, not the Minimus Containment? Not the kill spell? Ooh, ooh. I could Charm Sleep this. If they return it to its owner's hand thinking they're all witty, it goes to my hand. Or, how about instead? You tackle Ginny with these two. Force them to use whatever mana trick they're holding up. Alright, great. They Ray of Frost of the Ginny Windseer. I'm happy to see it. Yeah. See, my deck is not weak. Make sure my threats are distributed. Tap down the Hoarding Ogre. Wanna pay for... Starting to feel better about myself. Felt that a good game was a bit rude, but, like, also... I came to a river. I could have attacked with the Dwarfle Champion, forced the block, but I'm actually okay with just letting... At least it is. So I put a +1/+1 count on the Eccentric Apprentice. So now I have all these creatures. What can they return with 2 mana? You come to a river, that's it. But White Dragon and Eccentric both respond effectively. If they tap out their mana to do that, I might just ambush on the road to return to my hand as a, no, I did it. Is this draft? Yes. Alright. I should have just swung with all. Yep. Thought you'd do that. But that just... Really, they should have done that with a White Dragon. Well, actually, no, the White Dragon gets combat trick as well. It's just Eccentric Apprentice allows me to finish the dungeon. But yeah, that's the deck. This deck is actually good. Despite my win rate, this deck is actually good. Strong enough that I can make that horrible misplay in the 3rd game and still win it. Gosh. So, in case you're wondering, it is very important that you don't waste your money by, I hope so, by 7-2 comeback. But it's very important that you do not waste your money on getting... How do I say this? If you get 3 wins, it refunds 2/3 of the cost of the draft. Every win after that gives you, like, an extra, like, fourth of the money back. But if you get 1 win, you get so little. If you get 2 wins, you get so little. They go first, we only have a 2-drop. I'm sorry. Oh, God. I'm never playing Guardian of Faith. I can't... Doesn't matter what character you are. It's just cosmetic. I just chose Tamio because I really like the set Kamigawa. This might be a worse hand. This might actually be a worse hand. But the Eccentric Apprentice at least lets us scry. It's entirely possible they're getting the reverse. They're white-blue stuck on white with blue cards. I'm blue-white stuck on blue with white cards. Alright. Is there enchantment they actually want to put in their hand? That's the question. Minimus Containment. Yeah, that looks like an enchantment you want in your hand. Alright. We're scrying. We're scrying, boys. Island is not a plains. Oh boy. Ooh boy. I think I Charm Sleep the Pegasus just to prevent the damage output now. Actually, no, they have a containment. I'm going to Charm Sleep the Cleric. It seems like such a pathetic play. But I think it's important to just mitigate damage right now. Because we have we have Dwarfhole Champion, we have Hama, we have Planar Ally. Like, if we get 2 planes, of course they have Enchantment Destruction. But yeah, anytime I get a bad hand, it's very scary because, you know, if I lose, I'm out. I have to use this just to draw planes, just to draw land. I can't believe this. I am so angry. I am so angry. There's my planes. I think between Hama and Dwarfhole Champion, like, Hama can actually block the Rust Monster and force the Treasure Vault sacrifice trigger stuff. And the sudden hexproof of You See a Guard approach is going to actually prevent the Minimus Containment. They're going to sacrifice for 2 treasure? It's only 2 treasure tokens if they do that now. Alright. They have no other triggers, so... If I get a land, I think I just drop Planar Ally and start adventuring. If I get a plains. If they attack with Rust Monster, I block with Secret Door over the Hama, I think. There we are. Alright, so they phased it out. They actually used the cards just to phase that out. Well, I'm blocking the Rust Monster. I take 3. Wizard class, and I could immediately draw 3 and leave up the Your Ambush on the road. Or draw 2. Yeah, we're just surviving right now. We are living, boys. The fact that they felt the need to phase that out. So I can make that into 6. which means I'm blocking here and here, with the intent being that they're going to buff their Rust Monster using Treasure Vault, and then I ambush it. Yep. Sacrifice, create 2 treasure tokens with Treasure Vault. And because this has first strike, I can actually let the Rust Monster smack me. Yep. Oof. There we are. Now the Rust Monster doesn't kill, and I kill the Rust Monster. Ooh. I saw they made almost 1 black, 1B with this game last year. I have no idea what 1B is, unfortunately. Didn't know it was so popular. Oh, 1 billion off of this game. There we are. Alright, well I'm playing or allying. And I'm attacking with Hama. I need to close out this game eventually. That Cleric class is kind of scary, but we have a Rally Maneuver, we have a Ginny, we have a Dwarfle Champion, we have Wizard class upgrade. We do have a way back into this game. They just need to stop drawing all the tricks. There, that's exactly what we want to see. Them just leveling up the Wizard class because they have to. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. I'm going to start with this. I don't want more lands. So I can attack, make treasures for Wizard class. Let's see. They're going to turn the Pegasus into... No, I want to leave this up so I can Rally Maneuver to kill the Pegasus. Yep. And so what happens here is they're now going to res something. Likely the Rust Monster. Try to turn it into either the Pegasus to a 3-4 or the Rust Monster into a 3-2. Oh, they're just going to do that. Okay. I could still kill the Arboreal Pegasus with the Rally Maneuver trick. Just that one. They have enough for improvised weaponry. Doing it anyways. You know what? I think I don't want the Arboreal Pegasus. Nah, I have... Okay, I like this. So now I get a 3-5, and I'm gaining 3 life in the process. So I might not trade it by a life gain. Your ambush on the road doesn't kill me. Dragon's Fire doesn't kill me. Rally Maneuver, alright. So they did have the combat trick to trick my combat trick. Alright. So now target player loses 1 life, gain 1 life. So I can Wizard class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just barely not enough to Wizard class and Secret Door. Alright. So if I attack with Planar Ally, I can gain myself 2 life. I could then Secret Door to draw a card, or I can just... I think I still have to do that, even though Wizard class... Let's see, if I attack, I can put 1 on Hama and 1 on Planar Ally. Which, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that now. I think it's actually far more important that we gain the life now. Which is hard. It's a hard decision to make. Not going to deny that. Okay, you come to a river. That's good. And the churn. As they swing with the Boreal Pegasus, I have a bounce. Then I think I actually go into the Dungeon of the Mad Mage because the first trigger is gain life. Alright. Perfect. Alright, return that to their hand. That does give them a flyer, but I just gained life, so... Not too scared of that. Yep, I just want to make sure I don't die on some horrible backswing. Yeah, I think we dump our hand here. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Alright, so next turn I think we White Dragon and attack in for lethal. Because we kept ourselves safe. We're going to take 6 damage here from the Priest of Ancient Lore. Oh, okay. They're tapped out. They're tapped out. That's the important part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can't block at all. And they're tapped out. Oh man, that guy made that game close. But yeah, look at that. I survived with 3 life. That life game was quite... At least one of those life games was super valuable. Whether or not both were necessary. Alright. So yeah, in case you're wondering, 0 wins, 50 gems, 1 pack. 1 win only gives you 50 more gems. Second win, 150 gems. Third win, 750 gems. You, by getting to 3 wins, you refund half your purchasing cost. So, getting to 3 wins is very important. Making sure you get at least 3 wins is so important. I'm so glad I made it back here, at least. You cannot play this format if you cannot get a consistent 3 wins, which is why it's so scary, because how do you get to consistent 3 wins unless you have experience playing this format? That's one of the tough parts, and that's why it's actually important that there are streamers for this, so that people can watch the streamers, see what they do, figure out what they're figuring out, and use that. And yes, in case you're wondering, yes, I was very frustrated because I made a clear as day mistake. So, and because I've been losing so much, and in the last run, I threw away one of my games and only went 1-3, and that I was in 0-3 there. Like, that's why I was so infuriated. Yes, Suicune, there was... Never seen me this distressed, for a darn good reason. It's been a long time since I've been this distressed in this game. Alright, Dwarful Champion. Opponent goes first. We have no other place. I have to take it. I can't keep doing this. Rally Maneuver doesn't work if I don't have creatures. I've actually wanted to get rid of the ambush. But, yeah, don't worry about saying sorry. I got to 3 wins, okay? I got to my 3 wins. Alright, I have 2 more draws at a land. If I can draw a land, I can Wizard class to draw more cards to get myself out of whatever situation they put me in. It's fantastic. So they don't Precipitous Drop. Okay, cool. You're tapped out. You're not doing any tricks. I know better. Alright. So I can do a few tricks if I want. I'm just hoping they try to kill Pixie Guide at Guardian of Faith. That's kind of my main trick right now. Firing Skeletons. Alright. I can force them to replay that. Or if they just swing in with all. I would attack with a Horde Robber too, yeah. Exactly. Nah. Alright, I'm gonna just bounce back that Clattering Skeletons. Now we'll wizard class. Awesome. Next turn I could planar ally. I have ambush on the road as a combat trick. Force them to just play that again and do nothing. They have no land draws here. They want their treasure token. I'm okay giving it to them. You know what? I'm wondering if I should just ambush this now, get myself out, like, prevent Death Touchers from being an issue later on. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. It's a 2-for-1. I do recognize that. It's not a good trade, but it's my trade. Alright. So next turn I could Delver's Torch, equip, attack, deal 4 damage, and adventure twice, gain myself a goblin. I am starting to get in a bad spot again. If they have a kill spell for my planar ally, I am in tough shape. If they just play a creature, I can containment it, attack in, scry 1. Like, I could find answers if they don't have their own. Alright. Target creature gets +2/+2. Shampoo. Alright. Yeah, I'm not blocking the Clattering Skeletons in the first place. What they should have done is put it on Horde Robber so they could attack with Horde Robber. Alright. So here, so now I can containment the Clattering Skeletons, attack in, and have a Guardian of Faith both for protection and to block the Inspiring Bard. I like that better than the Delver's Torch play. Let's attack first. Every time it's lost mine. So I have a darn good reason otherwise. This has Flash. So I get Combat Trick it. And if they have a kill spell for the planar ally, I again get a Combat Trick it. Oof. This is any number of other target creatures. Okay. I think I just have to Guardian of Faith to block to prevent the damage from getting out of hand. I think I still block the Inspiring Bard, though. Yeah, I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lands and nothing more. Alright. So Double Venture doesn't help me much. This could help me get a win condition eventually. We attack in because we get a Goblin, which is just as good as a blocker effectively. And then we Delver's Torch. And we just use this Goblin to survive. We're taking 1, 2, 3, 4 points of damage. Which means if they can kill this Goblin, we're dead. Nothing I can do about that. Alright. That is a problem, but we're not dead yet. We are definitely in a bad spot, not denying that. We got our 3 wins at least. Oh my god, I can't. We had to fight this hard for 3 wins. The next layer is unless they discard a card. Alright. So I could gain a life, attack, draw a card, make my Eccentric Apprentice even bigger. Alright. I like that. Just slightly, but yeah, I'm just so close to dead. It's my issue. Let's see. If I attack, I draw a card. If I put this on and then attack, I draw a card and then I gain a life, but I still die to the board. 5, 6, not enough. I just have to hope this card draw is more than worth the while. I can't think of any other out. So we're going to hold up this card as if it's a combat trick. And I think we're dead. I do believe we are dead, but I do want to try to scare them into not playing properly. Because if they Oubliette, or if they Veils of Fear, and they don't discard a card, they are bringing themselves so dangerously close the planar ally might be able to pull off. Nope, they did not misplay. Alright. Well, I have been noticing I feel like I've been getting really bad hands very often. With even just 2 colors, I never get the right color. Yeah, like, just the amount of hands that I have that are bad, like, it's not even that I don't have a 2-drop, it's that I don't have anything other than the 2-drop. Just how often that occurs is phenomenal. I don't know why. 16, I reduced my land count, I was still fine on lands. Alright, so this is definitely a 16 land format, it looks like. We at least got 3 wins, thank God we at least got 3 wins. But yeah, the 4th win gives me 400 more, and then the 5th win brings me where I'm actually gaining, so that's why I wanted to do that. Alright. Well, we got 3 wins. We got back into a net positive record. Even if it's the bare minimum of a net positive record, we got back into the positive record. Oh god. Ooh, Eliwick. Oh, and just for a fun fact, I've been drafting, and this is my first power word kill. I have not been getting the opportunity to play such a card. Alright. Well, everyone, thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day.